I am here vibing with one of the most hard-hitting and lyrically potent female DJs in Jamaica's entertainment space. Her parents named her Stacious Scarlett, but we know her as...
Stacious.
Gang Stress.
That's it.
How you doing?
I'm blessed. How are you?
It's a joy.
Same here.
Reach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
Lady Scarlett.
Yes, sir.
It's good to see you.
My pleasure being here.
Talk to us though, early life, place of birth.
Well, I was born in Kingston, but maybe around 3 years old, we moved to Portmore. So I basically grew up in Portmore. That's the life I know.
Portmore for sure.
That is right.
How many siblings?
Well, I have an older sister by my mother's side. I do have siblings on my father's side, but that's a long story. We're not all connected, but I do have a older sister on my dad's side that, you know, we're good.
And the siblings that you know of, all of them are still alive?
Yes.
It's a blessing, that
thankfully.
Man. Mommy and daddy still with us?
No, my dad passed when I was about 4.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
I mean, I'm over it now, but yeah, I don't really have a lot of memory of him. But I do remember he used to visit me in life. He still came there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my mother tell him saying dead, make him stop coming to the yard. But you know, old people and them superstitions.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And how is mommy doing?
She's good, you know, getting up in age, so you know the little arthritis and depression, the little things start creeping.
Yes.
But for the most part, you know, she's there. Happy for that.
When you went to Portmore to live, where exactly in Portmore?
We were in Cumberland first.
Cumberland.
Yeah. Live with my wicked uncle. Me sorry say him dead this man come tell myself say no care. Once me get big, I have to shot him a hard box. But man dead before me could have boxed him and them never bury my Jamaica because the plan for boxing them casket said speed in a butt. That's our next story.
Yeah,
so we lived with my uncle, and I said he was wicked because I remember it vividly. At the time I was 5 and my mom was about to brush her teeth. I remember everything, play by play. She had a yellow toothbrush in her mouth, and my uncle would have been her brother. And I don't know what the argument was about, but just know so when him box her, I said the toothbrush fly. I said to myself, say, alright, you Nathan, me have to box you before you dead. But like I said, the opportunity has eluded me.
So Cumberland first.
Then Independence City. And then Gortuka, which is Britain.
Okay. Where you attended school?
Started at G.G. Gordon Basic School, my favorite teacher of all time. And then...
Where was that?
That was in Independence City. And then I moved to Independence City all age. Favorite teacher there was Miss Sigri. I remember these things. And then from there to St. Hugh's. And then my favorite teacher there, Miss Loudon. I remember these things. I remember there are just some teachers that stand out more than others. There are just some teachers that understand or understood who I was at that time. I was kind of on the troublemaking side, but they allowed me to express myself in ways that others just wouldn't tolerate.
Yeah, and as an educator, it's always good to hear people, you know, speaking so glowingly of their teachers, you know. Means that we still do some good work out there.
Of course, very, very, I mean, we need to get like triple rays and all of these things because I know the work is definitely not easy. And
then somewhere in the research where it said that you attended school in New York.
Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so my sister on my mother's side, she migrated when I was like 6. So she basically grew up overseas. So you know, once you go up the first and them tell you, oh, you have to get your GED, and I'm like, I graduated in Jamaica, no GED. So I did the GED, then I did a travel agency certification course, got a gold seal in that, got offered jobs with Amtrak and American Airlines, but I just never followed through with it because it wasn't really what I wanted. So I'm like, all right, let me just hold off for something else that calls to me.
Okay, before we talk about the calling though, what was it like growing up from a financial perspective?
I never went to bed hungry. So I can't tell you, say, boy, I suffer ration and I have to eat dumpling. And I never know nothing about no dumpling and butter until me hear it in a song. Like, you know, always well fed, my mother. And I mean, it's a single parent household. But she always did her best for me. And looking back, I can understand the sacrifices she made, you know. Because when I think about the salary, what she used to get, because, now me see the paperwork, because me have to do certain things now. And I'm like, you used to get $4,000? I'm like, $4,000? And then my lunch money alone was maybe one next 2 5 out tight. Like, oh, you do that, you know?
make it work.
I understand. She made a lot of sacrifices, and I'm so appreciative because I never had a day when I said, boy, I don't know my hungry, I don't know what I'm going to eat.
And before we move forward, where in Kingston were you actually before you moved to Portmore?
I think it was somewhere near either Maxfield and Bay Farm Road.
Okay.
But like I wouldn't have any memory of that, but it was somewhere between the two.
Yes. What type of student were you though? You said trouble me as it relates to academically.
Academically, my only good subjects were of course English language and literature. I was good at Spanish and I excelled in drama. And then of course music, I did okay in music, but you know, of course I had to do the usual, the history, and I really never liked the sciences, but I did integrated science for CXC. But you know, I could have done better, but I was an okay student.
Man.
I'm not gonna say I was top of my class and all of that, but I did well. I got passing grades and I was able to quote unquote graduate, but not walk in the ceremony because I don't want to 2-5 on my record. So them say I'm not gonna walk, but I still got my cert.
Musically speaking though, because you know Jamaica know you as bad female DJ, powerful voice and such. Where or how did the musical vibration start knock your door like?
Alright, so this is where the truth comes in. Music was actually not my first love. My first love was, like I said, drama. I wanted to act so bad. Like, I wanted to do movies. Like, growing up, I wanted to be a Disney kid, you know? I'm like, oh, wish we could have auditioned. Like, this is what I wanted. But then, when you looked at the acting landscape at the time, you're only seeing, you know, Dancehall Queen would have just gotten popular.
Right.
And as actress is just Audrey Reed. And then, of course, from Lime Tree Lane, you see the Miss Zella and Miss Upton. And I'm like, okay, so this is it. This is all the opportunity there is for actors. And then just out of high school, I did do a few plays.
Oh.
Just a few, maybe about 2. But then I realized the repetitiveness of going on stage every night and performing the same thing. I realized this is not what I want. I don't want to do theater. I want just one and done. Let's shoot for a month.
This is a movie and you're done.
Yeah, I don't want to be doing the same thing every night. So I said, okay, this is not going to work for me. But throughout high school, and of course it started in the church, I was always on the church choir.
Oh, you grew up in the church?
Yes, I went to Catholic church in Waterford, Church of Atonement. So, I mean, I was on the high school choir and the church choir, so music was always there as well. But then that I kind of realized the difference of just reggae versus dancehall. It was more hardcore to be doing dancehall, and I'm like, this kind of sound like something we can do. And while I was in New York, there was this producer. He asked me to come do some background tracks for a friend that he was working
end up asking that
because he was friends with my family.
Oh, okay.
And you know them always say me a singer, and I said, carry the girl go on the studio, make sure do some background for you because she can sing. So I went there to actually just do some background vocals. And then he said, but you sound like a DJ. I said, DJ one song for me. Of course, you know, my boss one Lady Star. And I said, but you can't DJ for true. And, you know, I'm saying, let me hear something. You must have some things. And, you know, of course, I had the little stuff that I wrote throughout high school. My little song.
Oh, so you were writing?
Of course, man. Throughout high school, we still have that. And we clash. And them time, the dog bus was in. You know, the back was plastic.
Right.
So, Farah was Beanie and me was Bunty. So, we are beat down on the pan. Long time me riding on me riding west. I say, yeah. So, I always had that side, but that was just, you know, fun, and the clashing thing because me always Bunty.
Right.
So, it kind of segued into other things from there.
So, we'll pick up back to now. So, you're in New York and a friend asked you to do some backing vocals. So, you take that on?
Yeah, and I just did it. It was just a few background tracks for, I don't even remember the artist's name.
Yeah.
It wasn't nobody big out there. It was just, you know, an upcoming artist, but they needed some little sweet sounds on it, and I did that. Then fast forward from there now, when I came home, I mean, it was basically on vacation. It's not like I migrated and was living there.
Okay.
So it's like a vacation. Basically.
So it was during that time you did the certification for
Yes, let me tell you a story about that. The course is 1 year, and I did it in 4 months.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I actually completed it, did the board exams and everything in 4 months.
Okay. So, yeah, man, you give me some context. I like that.
I'm kind of quick with things that I like.
Okay.
so then now, when I came home, a friend of mine, he had a all guys, a all male group.
Okay.
And he was working with Computer Paul. And then Computer Paul had NBC.
Make boys cry.
That's it. Oh, you know the things I'm saying. So then he said Paul wanted another female for the group.
Okay.
So of course he took me to Paul, and Paul is like, I like you, but I don't think you fit my group. You are a standalone act.
Okay.
And then that's when I started going to Paul, and he signed me as a solo act.
So you were assigned to boot camp?
Yes, very first signing was to boot camp.
And this is about 02, 03?
That's it.
So
yes.
you were a part of, well, you weren't officially a part of NBC.
But part of the label.
But part of boot camp.
Right.
And how long it took for you to voice though?
Recording has always been quick for me.
As in how long after you go around?
Like I was recording the same week.
Same week?
The same week. Like literally the same week we started recording.
Oh yeah?
And it's thanks to Paul that I kind of have, you know, like a really good grasp of what production entails. And, you know, the double tracking and the this and the that and the harmonies and making it all fit together. And I could never repay him for what he has taught me.
A good school I did, you know,
yeah,
and I want to agree that.
And I think he was one of the ones that sheltered me in the business. I know you hear the horror stories that females had to face. And because I had Paul, I never had so much sharks grabbing after me then, because he took me to the who's who, the Sly and the Robbie, and you know, it's like I mean, my bypass certain other people would have feel like them relevant. I was kind of like, you know, along the right channels.
To the pre-right.
Yes, so me not say it never come at me, but it never came at me in a way where I felt like a prisoner to the system, and that's thanks to Paul.
So Enton, big up yourself, my boss.
One Paul Enton.
Yeah, but I think, well, your first track was Thug
Gal.
Thug Gal.
Yes.
And that was 03.
Yes. For Computer
Talk
Paul.
to me about the conceptualization of that though.
Thug Gal was, like I said, Bounty has always been my idol. Like, I tell myself, say, coming into the business, I never wanted to do no skittle song. I don't want to sing no song about respect me and my ear and my nail. And I just said, I don't want to do none kind of girly kind of thing.
Gangsta business.
I kill more and kill people. So I wanted to be like a female Bounty. So Thug Gal was like, you know, make them know, say, a woman can boss it too. On track, of course.
Yeah, man, what do I think?
So that was kind of my vibe at the time.
And that was the official introduction now to dancehall music per se.
Right, to dancehall and becoming the gangstress. Because at the time, 50 Cent had Pimp. And first I was saying Pimptress.
Okay.
And then I changed it and said gangstress.
Yes.
So gangstress is my word. I should have copywritten it because I heard somebody use it the other day too.
That's a word thing, go ahead. Don't worry about it. So Thug Gal was the first foray into recording as a dancehall artist. The name on the birth certificate is Stacy Scarlett. Stacious. Talk to me about that.
Okay, so some friends that lived in my area used to call me Stacious.
For what?
And that means somebody used to understand it. And me I said, why you call me Stacious?
Stacy.
And he said, because you're sexy, man. So I play upon the Stacy. So I like Stacy with delicious.
Okay.
So I said, oh. Okay, so it's a play on words.
Yes.
So that's how the Stacious came
So that was the name that you were working with from your Gorona boot camp?
Because I basically get so used to them calling me Stacious that, you know, it catch on and other people call you Stacious. Along with the other name that people used to call me as well. You want to know that one?
Which one?
Brookie.
Brookie?
Oh, God. Them call me Brookie straight throughout high school. From first form straight. Like, even though when me or somebody say, Brookie! I know say from St.
Why they call it Brookie?
I broke my leg twice.
Oh, okay.
So I had to walk with a limp for a while. So then, sometimes we still have to do PE. Every time me I run, used to have this one girl, she go, Brookie, 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 Brookie. So like, every limp, my limp, she used to do it for a rhythm, and I hated it. But you know, anytime you hate a nickname, that's when people...
Yeah, man.
Right, so... But just start answer to it. So, I'm like, okay.
Oh, you managed to break your leg twice?
First time my teeth were on the Skateland on my 12th birthday, because I started high school at 11.
Oh, okay.
On my 12th birthday, I went to Skateland, Portmore. I want to do that drop and just kick me on my knee and just kick it right out of place.
Ouch.
That was the first time. The second time I ride bicycle, I want a little boy, kick out one football, the bicycle go right, and then my ankle fracture. So that's my damages. Had to do physiotherapy and all of that.
So it was Brookie into Stacious. After Thug Girl, which was the next recorded song though?
After Thug Girl, what was it? After Thug Girl, I don't. Paul had so much. I think Dream was one. He did a remix with Sean Paul, and that was for Paul. I think that was the follow up. And I had so many songs with NBC because NBC did have an album, and I think I was featured on 2 other tracks on the album, or one. Is that a 1 or 2? Not quite sure. But from then, it would have been moving to, I think, maybe War 21's production, I think, after that.
Oh, okay. As in, you moved away from boot camp?
No, not at that time. You were at
boot camp, but still at work with
I got to record for them at the time.
Okay, well, you recorded with what them?
Well, I think it was Them Girls Sitting. That was the first all-girls medley. Because they had 2 all-girl medley that I was a part of. And I know I was... Yeah, I think that would have been the follow-up one.
What was it like, though, kind of getting a foothold into the music as it relates to, you know, having the songs in rotation, promoters start call the phone and such?
It was way harder than now, I can tell you that. So, like, the first time you hear your song from radio, you're like, Jesus, I need that, turn it up, like, excitement. You know, at the time, you have to have links.
Who played it first?
It was on, was it Dalton Lee?
That would be Hits.
Is somebody from either Hits or RJR.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Dalton Lee. Or Garfield Hamilton.
Garfield.
Because they were cool with Paul.
Okay.
So, like, you know, you have to know people to start get things played. And remember, we stuff it, all we pack up in a Paul little camera and we drive go country for go to the stage. I mean, like, we're almost in a lap. Like, 8 hours we pack up in the one little car for drive go out. I mean, I like, Paul, run road with a little bit today, man. And we had to go so many places, of course, for free just to get your name out there. And that's when I learned that performance is an art, that no care how much song you have, if you cannot perform, it's going to be a problem. And I think early on, I identified what my issue was because I was coming like a male, hardcore, you know. I wasn't connecting. You see the people that were at the front of the stage, them woman there, it's a different world from the rest of the audience, you know.
Yeah, but we know about them.
And if you don't win them over, and I learned that the hard way, like I almost get boo.
Oh, yes?
Because I'm Maestro. Champions in Action now. Maestro call way on. Remember, so
that was the first big stage show.
That was the first big one. And Maestro, these girls, ladies, you better hold on pan on the man, because them girls look good, them are going to take on the man. But I didn't intro that now, you know. So them call we are now, so they get on the pan. Them can't take my one, them look good, them look good. I'm like, man, Jesus Christ, they can't go for me. I remember saying it's not like me I sing the Skettle song to win them over. So it's like, I'm any fool, this, dead. So I had their attention, but I never connected at the time. So I'm like, okay, I have to go back to the drawing board. So I realized that I had to kind of change my material. And at the time, of course, there were people coming to me and said, but well, you look nice, what kind of kill people? Come on, you have to sing about some nice woman thing and some love song. And so I'm like, okay, so I need to change my, you know, okay, all right.
See you free.
You know, you take criticism.
Yeah, I mean, I say you grow. Yeah, man, I say you grow. I think in 2005 you did Sting for the first time.
Yes.
What was that experience like?
It was good. It was good. I had a good performance. Yeah, I think by then I would have realized what I was missing out on, and I tried to have material here, there. You know, different topics. Right. So if you don't like that song, yeah, we must grab it on the next one.
Catalog.
Right. So by that time, I kind of understand movement, and eye contact is very important. That's why I can't understand how some artists like work straight through them sets and their glasses. Like I want to see your eyes. So I believe eye contact makes a difference.
It's an important thing about everything you know.
I mean, for me, I think so. So, you know, we learn how to move and, you know, do all of that.
We just spoke about Sting, that was 2005. When did you actually move away from boot camp?
In about 2007.
2007.
About 2007.
Okay, and that was a purely career decision, as in...
It was a career decision, and it was so hard for me. Like, I literally bawled tears.
Oh, yeah?
Saying I'm not going to resign, because of course he had given me a renewal contract, and it's definitely no love lost between Paul and I, But I think I was at the point, and the industry was at the turning point now where them start say you have a campaign to get your song and play a street.
Okay.
And I just felt like Paul is computer Paul. He's made his name, and of course he's a general in the business. So of course his stature, I don't expect him to be going on road at night time a campaign for promoting artists. Yeah, and there was nobody signed to the label doing that. So then I think at the time I figured I needed somebody who was more out there and doing some groundwork and, you know, to propel me to the other level. But there was definitely no love lost with Paul, and I still love him to this day.
And who was that person?
So I moved to Doc Mac Entertainment.
Okay. Okay. And before we pick up Doc Mac, you see? Who were some of the persons around boot camp at that time with you when you were apart from
Apart
NBC?
from NBC, there was Stevie Face. And so many artists come and go. There was Cargo. There was, apart from the regular production that they would come through for, those would have been the artists that would have been kind of like
based there.
Right. But he has been working with so many other people. Cartel was with Paul at one time.
We know that.
I knew I was in good hands. And
you were in good hands. You were in good hands. So you made the move now to Doc Mac Entertainment, you said. What was that transition like now, you know, adapting to a different style, different management? Was that?
It was an easy change because I think they understood me as an artist and they were willing to grow with me in terms of finding my look, my style. Them understand when I cuss them off and tell them don't call up my phone, come down with music. Them just give me a couple hours and call me back the next day. So it's very important to work with people that understand you and aren't thin-skinned when, you know, things get a little bit rocky. And I had that with Doc Mac.
Yes, and I think now, because you remember, you said earlier that, you know, some people were saying that you were a little bit too hardcore, you needed to kind of, you know, expand your horizon a little bit. And I think about 07, 08 now, songs started coming out like Falling Down, which was, still, but...
That was for John John.
John John. That song now also got a little bit of love in the street.
Yeah. Because of the rhythm, the police and shootout.
Shootout rhythm.
And them still, like, as the only female on the rhythm, me still never get playing on the streets like what the man them get played. Like, same thing come back later down in the times now with Good Life rhythm.
Good Life. We soon get around to Good Life.
Still struggle with that too, as being the only female on it. You know, playing on the streets like radio, and I'm like, I've been there.
Yeah, I've been there.
I've struggled.
We're going to talk about it. Yeah, and so Falling Down was in 2008. In 2009 now, I think, well, based on just my observation and assessment, was the year that you probably really and truly now kind of got a foothold in the music based on the amount of songs that were released for kind of get some love and appreciation. Because we're talking about songs now like It's Over and the ATM rhythm.
Right.
Accompanied by a nice little video and all of them something there.
All of those were with Doc Mac.
With Doc Mac. And the songs that we're talking about now, these are original songs that you wrote for yourself. The literature start coming through, you know. Yeah, we're talking about songs like Fight Back. I think that's on the feminine rhythm.
Yeah.
Big song that. Big song
Tired was for Doc Mac.
Tired, okay, right. And the Good Life rhythm now you did. Good Life.
Right.
And you said you were struggling to get play
in the streets, of course. Because, as the only female on the rhythm, and it's not like me that do the typical skin out song, and I struggled to get selectors to play it. And it's not that it wasn't a good song, but I just had to, and then I said, oh, them not see you in a party, so I feel go on a bleach, like, me literally have to park, take like a half an hour sleep, because we must say dance them not start till 3 o'clock, especially when the passa them it's still a go on. Take a half an hour sleep in the car, go to the door, bleach, make sure them see me, hi. Like, you know?
Yeah, do the rounds.
I did it. Trust me, I did it.
Of the songs that we have spoken about, so the Tired and Falling Down and Fight Back, which one of those songs and Good Life got...
Well, if we talk about Them Girl Sitting song,
too.
Okay. In my class. In our class was... Them Girl Sitting was the name of the rhythm. But I know they had another one. I don't know why the name is eluding me right now. But yeah.
Of those songs, which one of those songs really and truly got you the furthest as it relates to career progression?
It would be between Falling Down, because that showed my versatility and that I was different. And then Them Girls Sitting, I would say that did a lot because it was all female, it was new, what 121 was doing, and that got a lot of rotation versus the other tracks that I did. So I think all of them did their own little thing, but all of them just worked to show people that, you know, I was different from everybody else and I was, you know, kind of well-rounded.
Yeah, give me a couple lines out that it's over now. Beautiful song.
Boy, you had me in your life, and for years I was your wife. You messed up and you lost me now, but you're acting dumb like you don't know how it's over. So leave me alone. Stop sending me text messages and stop calling my phone. I said it's over, enough with the threats. Yellow say woman wicked, but you're just not still wicked, yeah.
All of the songs that we have mentioned was 2008, 2009. So you are now building the catalog. Whilst it was difficult to kind of get, you know, the selectors to, why I selected them, why am I tell about them? Get the selectors to play the songs, you were still putting in the work and building the catalog. Where along the line did the link up with Mavado came?
I've got a little bit back.
Okay.
All right, so Bounty Killer, of
Okay.
course, like I said, it was always
Killer.
my general, right? So Fambo was the one who introduced me to Bounty. And then it was around Bounty where I got to meet Mavado.
Okay.
So that's where that link
So you never really and truly in an alliance per se, but you used to run Killer.
Yeah, well, at the time with the Ron and Killer used to call with Galions. Because it was me, K-Queens, Aishana was there.
Okay.
Bridges. And for a while, Mavado's younger sister.
Oh, I never know that.
So he used to call with Galions.
So you and Bridges used to par like in the thing.
Not by choice.
Not by choice. Oh, come know so there was a few little incidents with them. We're not going detail of them.
It wasn't a few. It was just one.
A two me read.
It was one incident,
okay.
And that was many moons ago.
Yeah, but
I saw her in my professional capacity at Sun City, which I'm a presenter at Sun City. And I saw her, and it was fine.
On what a vibe?
No, we didn't talk, but it was fine.
It was.
It was peaceful.
It was peaceful. Peaceful is good, man. Peaceful is good. Yes. At what stage though you actually, as in which year you actually start go around Killer, like, you know, for the whole Galions vibration?
I think it would have been about like 2008, 2007. Them time we started to work with Payday.
Okay.
And, you know, Payday was recording all of the females at the time as well, too. So it would have been around that time.
And then now, so meeting David through Alliance, eventually when the Gully Squad was, you became an official member of the Gully Squad. Yeah. Okay. Let me see prayer now. So you see, we are working out the thing. Between all of that, which song you had again that was actually, you know, clearing the path and making some waves in the space?
I couldn't tell you that it was one. Okay. It was just the fact that I was present and I had different material being played on different airwaves. So, I mean, it wasn't... So the thing is, it was so much different because it wasn't like a social media thing.
Right.
If it was now, it would have been so much easier. Much understand? Easier. But it is not one. It's just a combination of things to say, you know, this girl is making some noise. You know? And she has a sound and a style, and it resonated with some people, and, you know, that's where they started to really give me some ears.
And then now, the song that really and truly, in terms of popularity, came along was in 2010, Come Into My Room, Mavado. Yeah. Whose idea was it to do that? Okay,
so all along we always just say, you know, we're going to do a song together.
Oh, okay.
So the call came at about maybe 2 something in the morning. I'm there at the studio. Come let me know. I'm like, I'm sleeping. Like, you man, we up a Steve, come voice one chorus. No. I'm like, okay, fine. So I go there, and basically he was already finished recording his part.
He had recorded already.
So I just needed to do the fill-ins and do my chorus. So he had it laid out for me and just, you know, the parts. I'm like, okay, cool. And, you know, we recorded. Hours in the morning. An hour or 2 later, we were done. And I'm like, yo, this song is really good.
Oh, you felt it?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this song was really good. However, what a lot of people don't know is that Come Into My Room is not an original song.
Right. Like, I knew a bit of that.
So it's not an original song. So then later down, that's when we ran into
copyright
the
issues.
roadblock. So that's why that song didn't go where it was supposed to go. That's why we don't even have a video, because the label that he was signed to didn't see it making sense to invest more money in a song that you can't fully own.
And okay, so there was no effort to get clearance for the song before the collaboration?
Not that I know of. And the thing is, before the collaboration, I think he, you know, sometimes you hear a melody and it's stuck in your head, and you don't even realize that it's not yours. Because when they came to us with the news that this song belongs to Kylie Minogue, we were both like, who? Because remember saying to me, write the song, I have so it says David write it. So then, when I say who, so like we literally I get the call him off and start Google now, and I'm like, oh yeah. And I listen to her song, she's like, come into my world. And I'm like, how can you? He's like, honestly, I didn't even realize. Yes. So that's what happened.
Girl, see her first boyfriend, darling. Big tune, man. and without that song was to Stacious and Movado what Ramping Shop was to Spice and Cartel. The impact that that song had in Jamaica was, even though there were issues with copyright and ownership, that song would have also brought you to
because it was approaching Billboard. It was. Because I remember being in New York and like every car would pass me, either play the Egyptian Girl Me Want to Hold You, Ramping Shop, and Come Into My Room. That's all. I mean, like the Dollar Van, them, everything about just them three songs there. And I'm like, okay. And then the radio stations had to start pulling it. So then I'm like, okay.
Oh, so deep then go with the thing?
Yeah, man, they pulled it from the overseas radio. Because she claimed ownership. That's the information I was given. So
very unfortunate that, you know, at least some steps weren't taken prior to have it cleared. No, I didn't know there was so much politics around that song.
Yeah.
That would have been a massive step in the career though if these, you know, bureaucratic hurdles never emerge.
Yeah.
But even so, though, I am certain that you would have benefited from being on that song.
Of course. No, I mean, we still did tours. We toured Canada. We toured Europe. We were in the Caribbean. So that song still took me places. And I'm very appreciative of whatever success I've garnered. And
as I said, that when was the first time you actually left the island to go work somewhere outside of the country?
God. I can't remember, you know. Honestly, I don't remember which year.
You don't have to be the year, just tell me where you go.
The first place we went was... I think we went to Germany.
You mean with Vado?
Yeah.
So you never fly out, go work before that?
Yeah, I did.
That my answer still in.
Yeah, okay. So it would have been Orlando.
Okay, and that was around boot camp time? Or computer? Yeah.
No, sorry. That mark. Okay. I understand. Yeah, that's bigger chorus out of the song before I'm gonna further still. Like, baby, come into my room. Take me higher than the moon.
Yeah, man. I whole heap of mission me on that song they go for there.
Yeah, I know.
That, yeah, I tell you. And that why you do. And you know, as we said that, if you look under the comments for that song on YouTube, there are many females who are there and men too are saying that either them first or second child was conceived to that song.
Yeah, I've gotten that, and people come to me and say, you know, sir, you should have baby God pick me. I never want to breathe it, and you make me breathe it. I'm like, me.
Yeah, but so that song they go for enough, me Shadwa.
I've gotten that. So I have a whole heap of God children out there.
Beautiful. And as we said, the collaboration was just a vibe, you understand?
Yeah,
so,
it was a vibe.
You know, Vado, the Singh and Stacious, even though we know you're hardcore, you're the kind of, you know, a little bit more soft and sultry and that song. Nice vibration, man.
Thank you.
It's just a pity that the thing just, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
No, in the Gully Squad type of thing, you know, it was the Gully Gaza type of vibration. And as such, eventually you and Lisa Hype kind of had a little thing going on.
And you know,
what was the genesis
and
of
you know,
that?
say me and Lisa Hype never had a thing because it was no gully and Gaza nothing.
Okay.
We just had a thing because Scatter decided to get trouble. A Scatter, vice the song for.
Okay.
Scatter, no vice the song for. And that's how the trouble started with me and Lisa. Me and Lisa never have nothing personal and never nothing to do with no gully because she there Gaza.
Right.
No. Scatter.
So the song then, since you mentioned the song, was kind of alluding to oral sex, and in that time there was a picture with Lisa out in the street.
Yeah.
So that song written with Lisa in mind, or it was just
Scatter write it with her in mind. Not me.
Okay.
So that first one was Scatter.
Scatter. Oh.
But when she came at me,
Ayana.
other one was me.
And a few songs were exchanged. About three,
Yeah,
three,
it's just
four
maybe
songs?
like 3.
About 3 songs.
Or 2, it's 2.
2?
Yeah, the first one and then the one when we finish it.
Okay. Yeah. And no, it's a good vibe. I mean,
Yeah, we don't never have nothing personal.
you didn't enjoy it?
Yeah, it was a vibe, and like even now, if I see Lisa, she now walk past me.
Nice.
You
I
know,
like that. I like
Your
that.
man's a nice girl.
I like that.
And looking back, I really wish me never followed Scatter. I really wish I had supported her in what she was going through. Because you know, you're older now,
right.
you understand the hurt that she probably would have felt. And of course, following that with the whole milk thing, I did actually know milk and like milk. So it's like I could have empathized with milk, and I'm like, she should have gotten that same support. Instead of, you know, but
yeah, because she was ostracized a lot for real.
and she was. But looking back now, I just figured we should have supported her more.
Hindsight.
In hindsight.
In
But you
hindsight.
know you
We know
grow
it
and
thing go, man.
them
We know it
time
thing go.
you have to drop little trouble and little,
But
little excitement.
But what it did though, apart from the fact that, you know, it would have been nice for the support, it also showed that Stacious can defend herself. Lyrically
when
speaking.
people trouble me, but sometimes I don't really have much manners. That's why I not trouble people, because everything will be up for grabs. Not gonna be off limit.
Yes. And speaking about, you know, that little vibration there, there was a song that you did for Twins Are Twins.
Yeah,
Twin Are Twins this.
Twins did rude.
Yeah.
Me and them good now, but
Yeah,
they
they-
did rude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not too make nobody step for you those stations.
No,
like
because
that.
we never do twins are twins. Nothing at the time. Me and them was cool. At the time, we did have my second juice bar, and them used to come there with them family and come buy them little smoothie and things. So my friend, when me see them do a song and I diss me, and I'm like, but me never say nothing bad. All because I did a song called Talk. In the song, I said Mataran and twins that clashed it sicker. When them dead, them blame it for liquor. Because remember when Mataran killed them, them said them did drunk. I never said anything bad. All of a sudden, me hear them voice song, Stacious, we need needle and thread for your whatever we're spacious. And I'm like, I feel so attacked. So them just launched the attack. But then that was just it. They never even answer. Because I know it must have been so embarrassing to be attacked by a female.
Talk was a rough song for Juicy.
But then, we cool after that. Like the first time I see them in public, I said, Jesus, I wonder if them are pre-maker. Remember, I never have no filter, you know. I'm going to go real off on the big man, them, you know.
Yeah, they did hardcore for that song.
Yeah, I'm going to go real hard on the big man, them, and what's, you know, Ninja give me the little boost too. I said, oh, them can't sing.
Yeah, kind of Ninja the intro.
Yeah,
Ninja
but the first time I
intro.
see them, I say, Father God, I want them two man, you going to try this me. But me did plan feet still, you know. I say, yeah. And 2 against 1. But of course, they were such gentlemen. They were such gentlemen about it. And of course, they understand. They definitely understand the business. And it was all love and everything was cool.
I like that. And you know, you kind of do something with me. Ninja Man is one of your father figures in this space.
Like I'm the next general. We have 3 generals. Bunty, Cabra, Ninja
and
Man.
the Gargan.
Yeah.
How the relationship with you and Ninja kind of developed though?
Alright, so right at the same location where I had my second juice bar, when he just came from jail, I don't remember what case he was, but he came from jail. He was actually doing his nails downstairs. And when I went in to talk to the nail tech, I saw him there. And that's when he met him. I said, oh, are you name so? You know, we start talk. And from talking that day till the next day, we link up and the rest is history. We've just been, like them would have said, bench and batty.
Right.
Not what the bench and what the batty. But we've been clicking since then.
And so much so that during his trial you were there.
Yes.
Most of the times, if not all the times.
All the times.
And then since his sentencing, you have been visiting him like
once there was the opportunity,
I guess the only time you never get to visit was during the COVID time.
Yeah, during lockdown.
When you last saw him, what was his, him spirit like and him vibration?
Boy, listen, the man there, all when him stressed, you're not gonna know it, especially if you're in person with him. He thinks about your well-being more than his. Cause me I tell you, when him did I go through the trial, every time I go down on my ball, as me come, he say, hey, but with the ball, cause your ball yesterday and me still there in ya. So the balling not gonna help. So no bother come down with the balling. And he's just that person that thinks of others before himself. Being incarcerated, you don't get certain luxury and certain freedom. But I remember this one time, he told me when I went there, he said, he want stew peas. He said, cook the stew peas with chicken foot and salt beef. So I say, why am I not put no pigtail in there because me know him eat pork? And he said, no man, because some of the man them they not eat pork. And I want everybody can get some. I said, wow. See, and that was like a wow moment for me because if I'm me, they lock up and allow my little comfort that me want to kill it with pigtail. Anybody wanna eat pigtail, you just never get none, but if you eat pigtail, you can get some. And that's the truth. That's how I would have looked at it. Yeah. But that shows that he has some selfless ways about him, and I've witnessed it on other occasions. I remember this one day, Ninja, don't vex. This one day, like we literally dip on the road, I have $2,000 cash on him. I remember it detailed. And the lady called to him and she said, she had begged my money for buy dinner for she and her son. And him only have the $2,000, and him give her and said, buy a water for me and take the rest. She buy the water, she bring home. So you know when it reached 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock now, and the hungry lick him. Mums, how we are going to eat for lunch? And I'm like, you just give away your money, you forget. So of course, we could have did cover lunch and But that's the kind of thing he does. Like, him look out for others more than himself, and that's just something that I really admire about him.
Has there been any conversation between the animals as to the possibility of the appeal, or what's the situation around that? If you can
I just know there is an appeal.
So there's an intention
I don't have
to
any
treat
details.
with
I just know that there is an appeal.
Yeah. Situation is, one of them things, it's sad. One of the general, one of the legendary figures that in the space.
You just have there are a few artists that just stand out for me, and I have to big up Fambo. For me, I talk about genuine artists, and I have to big up Fambo. Fambo was like a brother, like me say, he make me meet Killer, and him genuinely look out for me. And another artist that is so selfless as well, like him have the biggest heart, is Lexus. Lexus is one of those artists who stand out in my whole career. Like, he's a friend. Like, him genuinely look out for somebody without... Yeah, man, him look out for you without anything behind it. As a new female in the business, and him make certain, certain little opportunities and little come. Remember one day, remember some of you up and down one of the things, and it's not like, say, me I get the portion of bookings all the time, and him would just out of the blue call me, yo, wait there, you know I'm talking already, wait there, yo, you don't have food? Come tear me. And then you say, yeah, but me just buy something already, full up your tank. Like, he's that, like, me never call him and ask him for nothing, but he's that kind of person. I have to big him up. Lexus, pick up yourself anyway there.
Yeah. What you say? So me full up your tank too. What about you fill it up my tank? Okay.
No, the thing about it is, you can't forget kindness,
Yeah, true, that's true.
Can't forget kindness.
True. And funny, because the names that you call is like a people me can speak to, from what I do and interacting with them. I really with them. Yeah, you understand? I really with them. And as I said, knowing that you're the Gargan and like blood relatives, and he has been like, the father-daughter relationship there, and you still maintain going there to see him and them something there. I admire that, man. I admire that. Because sometimes people only represent when them see we.
Yeah.
So it's great for say him still have, people in them corner like that in the space.
Yeah, man.
Because all the music thing has
You have a whole people like we say you have a whole lot of people that don't forget kindness as well. And he has done so much for people in charity, have him foundation. Like you have people where could have depend upon him to put on them pot. So I'm sure his presence or lack thereof is missed.
Nah, legendary figures in the space, man. No, you when you entered the music and stuff, you were carrying a little bit more weight than you are now.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
Yeah, okay.
And you went on a weight loss journey. And I think you had shed what, 40 plus pounds?
Yeah, like 40.
Yeah. What was the driving force behind that? What was the motivation behind that?
I mean, it wasn't no big deal. It's not like I became ill or anything like that. I just want to wear certain clothes. That's it. There was no deep thought behind it.
Yeah.
No life-changing situation. We just started to go in a store and the things them not fit. That's it.
And this is to take on a journey there.
That's it.
And so much so that out of that you also started to dabble into personal training. And you also got some certification
as
I'm a certified. I think
trainer.
you did anatomy and physiology.
Yes.
And you're certified there.
Yeah.
Big up your nice self, man. I say. You're still doing it for my personal training?
No, I actually have a trainer now, Xavier. I had oxtail and rice and peas today. Just so you know, confession is good for the soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I still work out. I'm not as hardened and steadfast as I used to be, but I still work out and try to maintain some form of, health consciousness. I don't have the time to personal train anymore because some of the clients want to work out at 5 a.m. and I'm like, girl, because they want to work out before them go work. I'm like, girl, I can't do this with you. So I did that for a while when it was really in my blood, and then I'm like, nah, this is enough for me. Yes. But I mean, because of my love for, exercise, it led me to volunteering at KPH, where I was a physiotherapist assistant. And it's kind of a different side of things. It's kind of an eye-opener. You realize how much man really crash off a bike at that time. Because most of the patients that I assisted with were, like bike injuries on the orthopedic ward. So
okay.
So one door always open
another. And you made reference to it a few times before, Juice Bar. You have been also building your business and your brand. Right. I think it's what, Scrumptious
Cafe? Juices and Shakes.
Oh, Scrumptious Juices and
Shakes. So it was Cafe Scrumptious at one point, and then I had to change to Scrumptious Juices and Shakes, and then I changed back to Cafe Scrumptious, and then back to Scrumptious Juices and Shakes. That's a story for another time, because when you're changing locations, you may have more space to do something else.
So you add something to the thing.
Right, so and then when you say, all right, do you know this cost too much? No. So
you have to drop that down something.
So I take a little reshuffling and revamping, still working on it to get things,
dialed in how you want it.
And I think throughout this time, this is where my management team comes in, because I'm still with Batmac.
Okay.
They understand that I was trying to build my brand and build my business, because as much as I love music, I have to understand that you're only as hot as your last hit. And I never wanted the tides to shift, and then I'm just one of those artists that are stuck depending on this booking, depending on this man for come vice a dub, depending living hand to mouth. So I'm like, okay, what do I do when I'm not hot? So I've always been building my brand since 2009, actually. Was my first juice bar. Yeah.
Where are you located presently?
Now I'm located inside Dunn's Electrical, 15 3/4 Red Hills Road. I'm right there on the ground floor.
And the business is growing.
Yes, it's growing.
Like
big up the Scrumptious staff. Shanice, Camille, Yannick. Thank you.
I need to say I can sell 2 buckle and come link on a day.
You can come. I'll give you something on the house. I'll run a tap for you.
All right, no problem.
I'll come with interest to it.
No, that's all right. So it's good to hear, a younger female in the space saying that it is important to balance the music with other things.
It is. The thing is, I don't always do a very good job at managing my time. So for sometimes I get distracted and I'm so focused on business that my career suffers. And then you have a next time everything is career based, and then my business run out of this, me run out of that, me run out of that. But then thankfully now I have people that kind of keep me on my toes in each area. So it's like I'm slacking off on this, this I run out. I'm like, all right, then fine. And I need to do a better job at managing my time. But I realize the importance of actually getting involved in things that you enjoy. Like when I was at KPH, it was volunteer work. So it's not like I was making money.
Right.
But it was so gratifying.
Fulfilling.
You have some of these people that are like them dip on the bed because them foot pin for weeks. Like them foot bottom literally a shed. It wasn't part of physiotherapy, but I'm there just cleaning that for them. Like almost I want to come at them and them say, Mama, you really are cleaning for me. Like them now get the visits what they're supposed to get, and it's like they're so grateful for that little extra 5 minutes where you can sit with them, because the nurses, they can't sit down and listen to somebody talk because they have so much patience. So when me can have the time and take a little extra 10 minutes and talk to them and them tell me how it happened and them now do this again and that, it makes a difference. So things like that are gratifying things that kind of come together on a whole to say, okay, you're enjoying life, or you're understanding and experiencing different elements of life.
You have also branched into media. You worked at that radio station before? Newstalk.
So I had my talk show at Newstalk. So I never worked for Newstalk.
Okay, that talk show.
I just had the talk show on Newstalk. It was Talk. And that was after I came with the song Talk. They offered me the talk show there. So then I had Talk at Newstalk. So I wasn't employed to the station. And then now Sun City, big up Steve Billings, he's like, yo, come at Sun City. And I'm like, them telling me to stop with the radio thing, and I'm like, you sure? And he's like, yeah, come do your program. So then when I went there now, the program was called Bounce with Stacious. And then it was a nice interactive call-in. But then I realized that I was missing days. So it was a live show every Wednesday. And then some Wednesdays I'm late, or some Wednesdays I'm missing. And the callers are actually calling the station. Oh, when I hear the program, now come on this week. And I'm like, okay, I'm failing my listeners. So I had to stop doing it. And I had to miss these sessions because of other obligations where Stacious and music is concerned.
Right.
So I kept missing out. But however, I did stay on staff and I currently do like outside broadcast, special events and stuff for Sun City. So I still do.
Yeah, go on with yourself, man.
I still do.
You enjoy that.
I love media. If I wasn't full-time in music, I definitely would have gone full-time in media, because I loved Faye Ellington growing up. I'm like, I can do this. Yeah, man. I'm like, it's something that I actually enjoy. So I think it came naturally. Because I have no formal training. I never got to know carry mark or nothing like that. Apart from, regular speech and drama. I did the whole JCDC thing from primary school. The whole speech and thing.
Yeah, and the
so
festival.
I think that kind of honed my eloquence.
Yes. You have that for sure. You have that.
So it just came naturally to me.
Yes. Let me ask you a question. Because you know Jamaican, we not stay good enough.
I know.
So as a DJ that is space though, especially a DJ who is venturing into business, do you get I'm not now going to music while she go there, so
of course.
You still have voice?
Let me tell you. Yeah, all right. First thing is that if you follow dancehall, you're dead for hungry, and you dash for your pride totally. Why I say that is people, I don't know if it's just people who work in and around music or the general public, is from them see in a music and entertainment is like for do nothing outside of that. Because the minute you do anything outside of that, you're broke. And true not now go on for you. So if you open a closed store, you man true not now go on for you, or true should broke, but she do this. Like they didn't understand it back then. I think now they're understanding the importance. So it's not as bad now if any one of these artists start the farming. You see Assassin doing his farming, you see, so many other artists now, we see Spice have her clothing line and stuff like that. So now they understand the importance. But back then it would have been from you do nothing else because you're broke. And you can't follow them because it make you afraid to enjoy certain things. Like, you want to go something simple, like some place to go buy something and them figure because the items priced at a certain thing, you shouldn't be in there.
Fool
like,
and fool,
me?
man.
I go anywhere and do anything my heart's desire. Me not watch image. Me not try to please nobody. Me not try for rub nobody ego or for suit nobody impression of who I should be.
Amen, sister.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just need this.
In 2021, you entered the popular song festival song competition, and you won.
Yeah, me.
Jamaica Spirit. Jamaica Spirit without the word Jamaica in the song. But sit down and listen to the song.
Yes, Jamaican.
Very
Spirit.
different one.
Apart from the title, like you said, the word Jamaica was not used in the song, and it was very intentional. Growing up, me always a follow festival, and I think throughout the years, the sound never changed.
Meant one.
Neither did the topics.
True.
Apart from oh cherry, baby, that wasn't about Jamaica. That was about a woman. So when the critics them did come and say you have to sing about Jamaica, I'm like no, but let's segue from that. So it's like the topics don't change. Jamaica nice, Jamaica pretty, Jamaica sweet. Breadfruit, ackee, sun and seawater. So I'm like, okay, how do I talk about being Jamaican without saying I'm Jamaican? Because at the time, the TikTok trend was, tell me your girlfriend is clingy without telling me your girlfriend is clingy.
Okay.
So I used that and I'm like, okay, let me talk about Jamaican things without saying I'm Jamaican. But hearing these things will resonate to Jamaicans to say, I remember when I was 5 years old, I have to tell everybody when I walk past good morning. So things like that in the song is supposed to bring back those childhood memories and those, you know, the whole prestige of being Jamaican. So it was intentional how I did the song.
And, you know, with these things, especially when established artists enter, as we hear with Buju, when Buju won,
right.
You hear say, I shouldn't for artists where I try look a break and then sitting about. But Toots and them man, they've been a winning thing a long time.
Bob Marley was a contestant in the festival song competition.
So these things have affected
me not bigger than Bob.
Yeah.
And me not bigger than Toots. Me not bigger than Buju, but me them see as the weak fence. I got attacked for that song. I had people in my DMs saying me wicked and me a rob from poor people and me should have never win and then I had people saying, yo, this is a breath of fresh air. The sound was different and, you know, the competition finally had changed with the sound. And that's the reason why they had to draw for Buju is that the competition was dwindling.
It was.
And established acts weren't interested because it sounded old-fashioned with Scan Mental. So all those years when it was just amateur acts because the big artists them never interested in it. So bringing Buju and allowing Buju to bring a new sound like the more recent sound which part reggae there to the competition is just telling everybody else that listen, it's still a part of our culture. Dancehall is a part of our culture. So the song don't have to sound like Mental and Ska that was decades ago. It can sound like now as long as it don't sound like trap.
Right.
Come on,
yeah, that's something, you know. Yeah, that's a different thing.
We're not so sure about that yet. That is to be determined. But, I mean, it's a part of our culture.
You didn't enter again?
No.
What week?
Listen, I will go back to be a guest performer.
Yeah.
I will support the JCDC and, of course, Minister Grange in anything that she does because I absolutely love her. But I would not want to be a contestant. I would go back as a judge or I would maybe produce a song, but I don't want to be a contestant. It was so much work. Listen, festival competition, make me respect everybody with it in a Magnum Kings and Queens and Rising Star because I never knew it was so much work. It was like that. Me have to campaign because of the voting thing. Me have to say, yo, no vote. And like people, oh, my vote. And I'm like, and then because this was in COVID now, where the usual road shows never take place, I had to use social media. And because it's international voting, I have to be going on at various hours in the morning. So 2 o'clock me on because it's morning somewhere else. Right. And I have to be take out your tablet, vote for me, use all of the devices in the house. And it was so repetitive and so much work. If I put the video up on replay and I'm a shop, if ever customer will come in here on the vote, Jesus, people them supposed to tired of me. Work, not do that again. No.
Well, a few years and $3 million down the road. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Prize money not so bad, I mean.
Well, it's $1 million for the writer,
right.
$1 million for the artist, and $1 million for the producer.
Now you write and singing.
Oh yeah. But I did have some help for production though. And it was done. It was all done right here.
Right here.
I actually engineered the session myself and sent it off to Caldino, who does my mixes for me. Caldino mixed it. I brought in Matthew. Was done right here on this little keyboard. I said, Matthew, this is what I want. This is that. I explained it to him, and he just delivered. And
as I say here, we are sitting in your own studio.
Yeah, this is my little workspace.
Know yourself, man. I've seen smaller workspace. Yeah, that's. I mean, like that. You see, well, I don't know if another female artist will have, quote unquote, them one studio. Like, I don't know. They maybe have it, but I've never spoken to any where have them studio. Like that.
Maybe you won't find one that engineers and records herself and others, but I think I'm the first for that one.
As you say, engineer and record others, you have dabbled in production.
Yeah, so. I've done one juggling before. Me not do no more either.
What
make artists hard to deal with, so?
I have been asked this.
Me Jesus. So I had a juggling. There was Mr. Vegas on it, Lexus, Razor B, Pampute, QQ, and myself. Myself and Razor B did a collab.
Right.
And Turbulence was on that? No, I think I was Turbulence after for something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was so difficult.
Yeah?
Pampute, me say Pampute?
I think so,
Pampute
but if not...
on it too. Listen, it was difficult.
Artists, they have to deal with
it. Man, artists have to deal with, man. But, you know, I got the opportunity to actually engineer some of the sessions. And it was a nice little vibe to know they trust me with taking the vocals and, you know, making sure everything was on key, on timing, and on point, you know. And, you know, me appreciate them.
I like how you immerse yourself in the thing, though. Because, you know, you have some female who would even turn on one computer. Somebody have to do all of that for them. I'm come in here, come see I do some things we're not even me really sure about. Yeah. I like that, man. I like that. So, no more production for now?
Not juggling. I have been producing a lot of the songs.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's still my production. Even you know, so by right, though. Let me talk to Uno now, Mr. Producers. You know, a lot of the productions that are being done, they need to be crediting the artists as producers on these tracks as well, because a lot of the producers now are shortcutting. They're not even at the session when it's being recorded.
They're just executive producer, man. They're not musical
They're just
producer.
sending the rhythm, and you have to sit down, do your own arrangement. You want to go yes high, you go low yes, you want double track yes, you want to use a single track yes, you want to put auto-tune yes. So basically, you have creative control of everything, and then just put it out.
Executive production.
Then you not going to start credit the people them as producer. You must stop it. Or come at the session, come sit down and bleach too.
Yeah.
Tired and thirsty to know? Sweat to know?
How did that juggling do? What's the title of what the title of that body of work?
I think reception name Bones.
Bones. Okay.
I think so. Because the song with me and Razor be the name Bones. I'm trying to remember if it was titled after the rhythm. That's how, like, I just put them out. Them do get them play here and there, and you know a little money will come here and there. And I know Vegas did a remix of his because it was a hit in Chile.
Okay.
For Vegas. But like I say, production is not easy. And I want to continue to do production for me. Not with no juggling thing.
Yeah, we get to hear that. Oh, and also with the festival song winning thing, you are, since the inception of the competition, you are the 4th female to win.
The 4th?
Yeah, man.
Or is it 5th?
The 4th, me know. I could be wrong, but me know in 1992, Eda Grant won.
Yeah, I remember Heather.
In 1999, Cheryl Clark. And 2012, Abigail Dallas.
Abby Dallas, yeah.
So, me don't know if nobody else. No, no. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Great thing.
And then after me was a female too.
Oh, I'm not sure what one after that.
Yeah.
Who's that?
She has an S name, I think.
Oh.
A really nice
I can't tell you, I really follow the festival thing like that, so then I would be lying if I tell you that. Yes, the festival thing too, as we said that, I remember there was one year when there was a big uproar because there was nobody was selected because all the submissions them say and one big cry around the country. So it has been losing it, like many things in this country has been losing it. That is the word, man. So it is good for, you know, get some people who can actually bring back some eyes and ears to the thing.
And I think that's exactly what JCDC had in mind when they draw for Buju.
Yeah, man. So.
And, you know, them try to include at least 1 or 2 major acts every year just for, you know, keep some eyes and ears onto the competition.
Yeah, big up yourself, man. And look here, you know, if you follow what people say in another country, if you do, you're damn. If you don't, you're damn. You just
myself.
Do some things. Spoke about Razor B with the collaboration. Just now, you'd have done collaboration. I don't know the month of the collaboration is one of the big collaborations since the 2000s in the space. Like, there's no 2 ways about that. You have also done collaborations with Queen Nikki. A OMG with Cutty Ranks.
Yeah.
Mad.
Cutty.
Yeah. And you do, what is the title of the song you did with Gramps again?
It's Found Love.
Found Love.
That's why lots of people thought I got married to Gramps. Because there are people when them see me on the street, big up the Morgan for me. I'm like, the first time I heard it, I'm like, what you mean? And she said, no, Gramps are your husband, man. I said, no. And that's because when we just did the song, the star did a front page headline that read, Gramps and Stacious found love. So remember them just hear someone married, and then them say, found love. So them just run with it. So people just thought that's what it was.
The recent projects that you have been working on though, like, I know in 2022 you released No Bly. Give them No Bly or something like that.
No Bly, that wasn't 2022.
Yeah.
No Bly was for
Nah Beg No Bly.
Nah Beg No Bly was for
Dragon
Davil.
Sword Rhythm. 2022.
No man, it's not 2022.
Well,
I think somebody posted it. I don't know if they re-released it, but Davil wrote and produced that song.
Okay.
So many moons ago.
Oh.
On the Dragon Sword.
Dragon Sword Rhythm.
Yeah, Davil did that.
So what are some of the latest releases?
Well, apart from It's Your Birthday, which is the single that I'm currently promoting, and currently promoting It's Your Birthday and X-Rated for Romeo Music Entertainment.
Okay.
And It's Your Birthday is for Birch.
Okay.
Last year I also released Love Story, aka Wicked Girl Season. Yeah. So last year I did Love Story, aka Wicked Girl Season. So yeah.
So those are some of the projects that
are at present.
And your songs though can be found on all the digital streaming platforms.
All of them.
What's the name? You have an official label? Can you say you did
Stay Pat Entertainment. That's Stay Pat Entertainment is the label I release my production on.
Yeah, nice man. Release some more things. Yeah, you though, you are juggling business, music. How has that been done? How?
Like I said, I don't always do the best of jobs balancing my time, but I try to make sure that, you know, I still remain current on the music scene, and on the business side I make sure that, you know, everything is running straight with, of course, the help of employees.
Yes.
Because I can't be there every day in person, and I do have a very good team that are definitely there, like them take care of the business like a feed them business.
Nice.
So I appreciate that, and you know, Scrumptious are going with itself.
Nice man, nice. For the promoters who, you know, have desires to book a Stacious, but also the soundmen who are seeking dub plates, who don't know to find you, how them find you?
I'm on all platforms, The Real Stacious. So that's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Best place to contact is on my Instagram page, my DM, or my booking information is on the page. TikTok, me not really look on DMs. Instagram, worse when I look on DMs. But Instagram, yeah. And of course, my YouTube channel is Stacious Music, where you can, you know, keep up with everything that I'm, you know, doing.
Yes, you made your entry officially in the space in 2003, and you would have, you know, had rough patches and ups and downs. Musically speaking though, when you reflect thus far, what is that thing or those things that, you know, give you a sense of gratitude, you know, and probably give you a sense of pride to say, yes, you know, there's a part of my history so far with more to come?
It's not one thing. There are quite a few things that stand out. I'm just grateful for overall everything that I've achieved and everything that I've experienced more than anything else, whether it was good or it was bad, you know. It's a learning curve. It's a stepping stone. I'm not done yet, but going into the future with wider eyes, so I'll be able to make better decisions. And music is just, it's a gift that I've been given. because hadn't it been for music, some of the places I've been to, maybe I would not have gone there. Some of the opportunities or courtesies that were lended to me, maybe I wouldn't have gotten if they weren't dealing with Stacious. So I have to be grateful.
Yes, and as I say, you have gone to places to work, many places. Where haven't you been that you hope to go work one of them times?
Spain.
Spain.
Even if I don't perform,
okay, you know,
like
I
I
read
want
some
to
Spanish
go to
not too long.
I love, like, I'm in love with the language. Yeah,
I
like,
get a vibe there.
yeah, man, I like Spanish. I think one Spanish man could have canned me. Like, just tell me anything. Maybe man tell me say, your head is so big and you so fat and you so ugly. But then it just melt just to hear the man accent. Like, I'm in love with language.
Yeah.
And I think Spain would be a good stop for me. And then I'd love to see Egypt.
Egypt.
I want to experience the tombs. I don't want to stay for a mommy. I could jump out and go, rawr. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Musically speaking, though, ultimately, what is the end game for Stacious? Like, you know, when you sit down and you reflect and you visualize the thing, you say, okay, this is what I want to add to my legacy. When it's all said and done,
I need to do an album. I have not done an album yet, and I need to do an album. And on that album, there are a couple features that I would love to have.
Like?
I'd love to have a Bounty feature, Alkaline, and Dexter Daps.
Dexter. Make it happen, man. Make it up, but the voice still young and fresh today. Make it up, you understand? Yeah. But all these things take time, and it would be very nice. It would be very nice. It would be very, very nice. Looking, assessing the journey so far, though, is there anything that you look at and say, you know, say, probably I should not do that, or I shouldn't do that a different way, or, you know, I shouldn't do that, or if I get the chance to do it, then do it differently? I
think the year when I started my business, I think I started it a bit too early for two reasons. I shouldn't have stepped away that much at that time. That's one. And two, I was basically the first juice bar in Kingston. I don't know if there was any outside of Kingston, but I don't think people were quite ready to be juicing yet. Because when I just came out, I thought those prices were modest, and people were like, "What, this look expensive?" And I'm like, you know how much work it take for actually how much pound of carrot it take to get certain amount of juice with a certain richness. So I'm like, people were still wanting fry rice, fry bread, fry everything at that time. And now they're more appreciating the power of juicing.
Wasn't mature enough for juicing.
Right.
Understand.
So I was a little bit early.
Well, I mean, probably work out in your favor eventually anyway. So
I hope so.
At least you got the experience and stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, so still madly in love with the music, balancing the business, balancing the music, and you said that ultimately you want to have an album. Work on the album, man. Work on it. We need more of that, because we're not short of singles out here. But for me, albums are what ultimately lives on.
But you know what it is? I think I came in at an era where people were doing albums when they got signed. And
which is true.
What
which is true.
Paul,
which is true.
I guess I inherited that from Paul. That was his way of seeing things done. So even when he did the album with NBC, they were signed.
Right.
I wasn't. So maybe that's why I didn't do an album at that time with him, and we just focused on singles, because we were thinking that we need major backing to do and promote an album. But now, albeit to the power of social media, you don't need those major players to do an album anymore. You just put things together, send it off to your distributor, and that's it. And you have more control over things. But now, that's when we're seeing that and learning that. And
it's also good that when you enter the music, you say, nah, do certain things, and for the most part, you would have remained true to
until what, 21?
Until what, 21? Suku and Rumble of them.
Listen, you know, Suku and Conley.
I
couldn't even draw a Rumble and Mark in it. Suku and Conley, they are like, listen, this is all we need to do. And I remember the very first time I performed with everybody else. Like, Macca Diamond was there, Spice was there, Timberly, Tifa, Natalie Storm. All were performing at Asylum. And of course, in them time, I sang, I say, none of them girls can never step up in my class. So it's like a, girl tune. But me I perform it too hard. Me I perform it like badness. When I come off, so could draw me in my circle and say, aye. And if I find your inner skittle, cause that performance there.
And it.
now work. You see everybody else, you're dropping a hole.
Yeah.
So you need to find your inner skettle. So you know, me have to practice now for what the girl don't know so no girl can't take them man, and you know me have to start them something. Like I never naturally had that. So Suko, thanks for making me into a on-call skettle.
On-call skettle.
Yeah, because it just in a state just come. Yeah. And then go.
I know it would be safe to say that Coming to My Room is your most popular song.
It is.
In the catalogue though, which song resonate the most with you? Like, you know, in your quiet time, probably when you're driving or when you work out, is you cook, the song they are on more time, like just subconsciously to come to your thoughts.
I think Tired has a special place. And that's because that was at a point where I was actually tired.
Getting tired?
I was just tired of fighting. I was just tired of trying to prove that I'm good enough. I was just tired of having to drive and go dance, go sleep in my car just to get the song in for play. You know, and I was tired of management bothering me. Yes, Doc. Yes, Courtney, I was tired of you too. So I was just tired. So that song has a special place because it was coming from somewhere that was really real. Because as artists, you know, we do a lot of songs, a lot of material, but not everything is personal. Even though some of them may sound personal, not all of them are personal. But Tired was personal from start to finish.
All right, big a piece of Tired before we left there.
I'm so tired of being alone. I'm so tired of having to fight for everything I own. I'm tired of living a lie, chasing money, dreams, and happiness, and watching days go by. The amount of things that go on me, I tell us I'm fed up. No matter how I fight and pray, I try to hold me head up. The negative I come at me, no one to see me get up, but I one thing I push me, I have to see me mother step up. For you still as a woman, there's a very thin line. Man just a try to look below and not respect the mind. The face of them can you want just trick you every time. When you see the pretty face, but me will make you see the grime. Tired of being alone. I must not remember it. That's how that I really don't perform that song often.
Why you get emotional?
Yeah. No, it's just that I don't know. I think like with the kind of events that I do, I don't want to bring them down that era. Them I want to keep them in like a happy place.
Yes.
So I haven't been to any. Like, I think those kind of songs are reserved for when you have a nice, close, intimate setting where you have adults.
Stacious in concert.
Yeah.
You know, me there listen to voice and, you know, a further affirmation and confirmation that we need one 13, 16 track album with the voice just a play right through. Make it thing up, man. Take your time and fix it. Right.
And before you leave me, I make it hear when I'm a mad song then. Like, it's no good song then.
Yeah, no problem, man. Gangstress, Lady Scarlett. It's a joy to sit down and rap with your whole vibes. Yes. You understand?
My pleasure.
It's a joy to say that, you know, despite the fact that we know you as the hardcore roughneck female, you know, you still have nice good grace and poise about it. You know, you up yourself, man. It's a joy, man. I was there, you know, so when the album ready, I mean, I knock you from time to time and Stacious while I go out.
Yeah,
some stay there. Yeah,
no problem.
I think for Gary Road. Big up yourself.
Big up to everybody who has contributed to my career and just been there and supported me. Of course, big up to Doc Mark Entertainment. Big up to Computer Paul as well. Big up to all the artists that I've interacted with that are so super talented and are, you know, fighting the same fight that I am. Of course, big up to all of the producers that I've worked with. The more recent songs, Birch for It's Your Birthday. That song was actually written by Lucky D.
Okay.
And then for Love Story was written by me, Active Music. And then X-Rated was written by Black Pearl. So some good writers.
Good writers.
So, and was produced by Romeo. So big up all of the people that just play a part.
Yes. Before we leave, one more thing. You know, you entered the business fairly young, and as a woman, you say no. Whilst Computer Paul was there to kind of help you navigate the treacherous streets in the space. For young ladies who have designs of entering the music, what type of, you know, advice you'd leave with them though?
Definitely you have to understand that this is not overnight. It can be because of the power of social media, but not everybody's going to be that lucky. But even if that overnight success comes at you, you have to be grounded. You have to understand who you are and just respect yourself for others to respect you. You have to stand your ground. You understand? Not every opportunity is the best. You have to learn when to pass up some opportunities and just enjoy your music, enjoy your life, and enjoy all your experiences and stay safe.
Well said, Sister Scarlett. Big up yourself, woman. Manners and respect, where you do it, go.